Ghost Beast!
Ghost Beast.
Ghost Beast!
Hello and welcome to
Ghost Beast!
a horror podcast. I'm Todd. I'm joined by my wife Becca.
Hi,
Becca.
I had to brace myself.
Yeah, I was worried you might forget about that. It's been a little while.
I remembered right up until you did it.
Okay. Well, last night we watched Leave the World Behind, a movie that's directed by Sam Esmail. Came out 2023, very recently, and it's in the FOMO genre, I think, because this isn't really much of a horror movie. I guess it would be considered by most people to be like a thriller or something.
I think it's a horror movie.
Well, yeah, we could definitely get in that because I agree with it. I'm just saying, like, traditionally,
Yeah.
people might not think of it as like a horror movie. Even though we have a friend who described it as being very Hitchcock, and I think I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a movie that just hit that FOMO sphere very quickly. You know, I feel like these days there are these movies that come out for whatever reason. It's like everyone watches it,
Yeah.
and then it turns into like you have to watch it to be part of like any conversation. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yes.
stuff like Squid Game was like that.
Well,
you know.
maybe for you, but I saw it and thought it looked interesting.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, in general, that
Well,
was
yeah.
seen by so many, and it's such an oddball, like, random thing.
Yeah, and now it's like a part of pop culture.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, Netflix is very good at gaming that and making people feel like they have to see it.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of random because it seemed like something out of nowhere. I can kind of understand why it blew up like this
Yeah.
after seeing it. I guess we should say, plot-wise, since we're not going to talk spoilers at first, the easiest way to describe it without spoiling anything, because it is a movie that you can get a lot out of if you know very little, because then you're just kind of along for this ride. Mm-hmm. But it's basically, you know, family goes away to like an Airbnb or something, and while they're there, for some reason, cell signals, internet, GPS, all that stuff is just gone down. And you're kind of wondering what is going on throughout the whole movie. But if we're just talking in general, I can say I liked it a great deal. I thought it was very good. Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
I mean, yes, I liked it, but
Yeah.
I also didn't like it.
I know you've been saying that a lot, so I didn't know if you actually
No.
liked it as a movie.
As a movie, I like it.
Yes.
As a concept, I hate it.
As a reflection of reality.
Yeah.
Yes. It is it's in the that sphere of things that are like that feel too real. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, the trailer for Civil War came out recently, and really like Alex Garland, really like A24, mm-hmm. and I just think that trailer was so real in like this scary way that was like, I don't know if I can watch that right now.
Yeah. It's a lot, especially that trailer coming out right after the movie. It's a lot.
Yeah, and I had a similar kind of crisis watching this because it was, we don't want to say too much because don't want to give it away, but it is like the horror comes from the fact that it's just the dread and the like the reflection on like real fears.
Yeah.
It is something that I think as an adult is just much scarier. I don't know if I would have really appreciated that part as a kid.
No.
You know, because you're not thinking about these things. That's actually something I talked to a good friend of ours yesterday, and one of the things we mentioned is how the way we watch movies is so different now as an adult, because I think of like the example I gave him was like Terrifier, where that's something that when I was a teenager, if I'd seen it, I would have just been like, this is fucking sick. Like these effects are fucking awesome. But it's like as an adult, there's parts that just feel so real and so scary that it just hits different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and I think this movie would land in a similar place for me. But I think if you can handle that psychologically, I do think I'd recommend it. because it is great, and the way it handles, you just don't really know what's going on as the movie's going on, and you're slowly forming a picture, and don't want to say too much else, but that ride is very interesting, even though it is very long. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yes.
To me, it never felt slow or anything. It felt like it was. Why are you laughing at that?
Because I was having so much anxiety. I was
you just wanted it to be over. Yeah. I think we had to pause it at one point, and there was like an hour left, and you just went, fuck. It was a lot. But I'd recommend it. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's really scary, though. I'd recommend it with a warning.
Yeah.
If you're not in a good headspace today, maybe wait.
Yeah, a warning for your mental well-being.
But I also was really interested that Michelle and Barack Obama were executive producers on the film.
Oh, really? Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
That really intrigued me into wanting to see it, because I was like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a little strange. I'd actually be interested in reading up on what that means.
Yeah, I've only read a couple articles about it just to try and confirm, to make sure it's not some weird internet rumor.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't
rumor.
know. But I don't know. I'm still gonna do research onto why they were involved and everything like that. It seemed like they just really liked the book, so they just were like, "Hey, let's back this."
It could be the deep state.
Look, we just started this podcast. Don't want the government after us.
Listen, I don't know how much we could talk about without getting a little political in this, so we'll just have to tread carefully.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, why don't we get into the spoilers? So yeah, in the very beginning of the movie, one thing that I noticed that immediately made a lot of sense to me, this movie definitely makes you think about how we kind of have this comfort zone in our everyday life where we just are going through this routine, and there's just normal things you're looking forward to and everything, and it's really hard to break that, I think, for most people. I'm very guilty of that. And there's a part in the beginning when they go to the Airbnb or whatever, and it's when they go to the beach, and the ship, the tanker ship, runs up on the shore, which is so extreme and crazy, this big effect shot in this very slow dramatic movie. There's a few of those. But it's the way that when they were leaving, they were just man, that was pretty crazy. Hey, is there a Starbucks over there? And they're just immediately they're still in this place where something insane just happened.
Yeah.
But it's they're still doing their normal, let's get some Starbucks and then go home. And they're just so casual about it. Yeah, everything.
Isn't that an interesting commentary?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It felt so real to me because I feel I've been there where something, not on that level, but something stressful or whatever will happen. And I'll just go get a milkshake from McDonald's before going home. You know what I mean?
You go get some Taco Bell.
Yeah. I'm still thinking I need to pick up dinner before I get home, So I don't know, that felt very on the nose, very real. And the movie does a great job of kind of realistically portraying how things slowly unravel instead of it just being immediately chaotic. Mm-hmm. A lot of that probably has to do with their setting, because they mention how you don't want to be in the city.
Yeah.
Which was really creepy.
One thing I noticed right off the bat was the daughter. She was basically warning them each time something was about to happen, and they ignore her.
Well, she was having her weird moments with the animals and stuff where we were was this a dream? What is happening? But the movie has a lot of those things too that just feel they just make you uncomfortable, because the very literal story, is that they kind of dole out that it seems to be some kind of attack by hackers that's just completely shutting down the grid of everything, all communication and everything. And there was that throwaway part where they mention it created some kind of climate event in the South, I guess, from shutting down the power generators and stuff. And that was affecting animal migration. And that felt yes, that is real and scary, that something like that can cause that kind of environmental damage. But the way it's kind of just set up so it can explain like more weird shit, like animals, like giant crowds of deer coming up on them and flamingos landing in their pool, and stuff that really only exists in the movie to make you uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And add to the mystery.
Yeah, and it succeeds.
But it's a smart way to use like a kind of literal explanation for this phenomenon that just makes you go like, what the fuck is going on? Like as the movie's going. And I did also want to mention, like, early in the movie, I thought it was fantastic the way they feed information to the audience, where like the characters are so clueless, just trying to figure out what is going on. And you'll have like that little moment on the radio that plays for like 2 seconds that just mentions like a cyber attack. It's like little stuff like that gets doled out like in these specific ways to explain it to you, even though the characters are still like, what is happening? Like, I don't know. Is there anything that stands out as like a part that really hit you watching it?
I think the role of the little girl really got me a lot. Like it felt like she kept like saying, like when she warned about the oil tanker, she's like, hey, that ship is coming right for us.
Yeah, she was the first to notice.
Yeah, she gave them like a 15-minute head start basically to get out of there, but they're all just like, okay.
Yeah, and she's the one who sees all the animals and is trying to tell people, and everyone's like just in their own world.
Yeah.
Which also very real. Like when she was with her brother in the woods and he's like dicking around on his phone while she's trying to tell him about something.
And she found that house.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, we don't. We're going. I'm hungry.
Which, by the way, that character was such a slimy dickhead teenager. Like he fucking sucked so much.
Yeah, he did. They really leaned into that with that character.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm not even gonna get into all that.
Yeah. And
I mean, we also can't overlook the way that race played into it.
Yeah.
I thought that was super interesting because the like Airbnb they're staying in, there is this very like high class wealthy guy who owns the house and comes back there with his daughter because they were in the city when things started going bad. And he's the one who first starts telling you like he knows something about what's happening, that it's not like just an accident. But they right away, like the mom in the family, who's like the ultimate Karen type character, immediately is questioning like, this doesn't look like your house. Like little comments like that.
He's like in a tuxedo and she's in like a really nice dress.
Yeah. And there is that funny little quip we point out. As people who are not from New York, don't know anything about it, the joke still came across that they were like, oh, we live in Brooklyn on such and such. And she was more like, oh, no, it's more like this street. Like seemingly trying to elevate like her status and their wealth. And the guy, what does the guy say?
The affordable like part of town.
He's like,
or whatever.
I think my daughter was looking for a place there or something. Yeah, like that still comes across that like they're at different levels of wealth. The main white family is like maybe upper middle class,
at best.
Yeah.
And then like that guy, it seems he's probably a millionaire or a billionaire.
Yeah.
By all of the descriptions.
It's very interesting. Like all of that stuff just adds to like the tension of everything, even as like they start coming around and connecting and stuff as the movie goes on. All of that just felt like it was so interesting because you can really say the movie, I can see how you could kind of describe it as slow, but not as like a bad thing. I think the way it just takes its time with everything and with the story and the characters. And I thought that was done just super well. Because it just kept me on the edge of my seat wondering like what is going on? What is actually happening? And you're kind of thinking in your head about different, I think at one point I was like, is this a class war? Like, is this like, are they trying to say that like, oh, the wealthy are getting too wealthy, so they shut it down so they can take them all out? Like I was starting to think like, is that what it is? But then they also, they don't even really explain it,
No, not exactly.
They
kind of left wondering with the options in your head.
Yeah, and I think they are even trying to point at it being a class war because he goes to like his friend's house that's wealthy and it seems like it was broken into or something. I don't know. And but then you have the planes or the drones dropping like the leaflets with different language on them. Like one's Korean and one's Arabic.
Yeah.
And
did they drop a Korean one, or someone just talked about it?
They mentioned that, but I think it's meant to imply they're dropping different ones. And that was interesting too, because the guy mentions, he's like, why would they have Arabic writing on this? Like, who is this for? You know, presumably it would have English on it if they're trying to deliver a message. Mm-hmm. So it just makes it further feel like it's just for show, you know?
Yeah, that shot with the drone was so scary.
Yeah, because it's like, what? Is that like poison gas? Like, what is happening? Yeah.
It really, like, just the anticipation of, like, what is it? Like, and, you know, they followed through. I thought it was still really interesting, even though it was pamphlets.
Yeah, it's scary, and it feels like something that could happen, you know, which is the scariest part of all. That's the, like, adult horror.
Some of the stuff like has already happened, which is scary.
But it's funny how you have all that dread and, like, you know, those slower moments, but then they do have these random, like, super high stakes action moments with like effects and stuff that feel honestly like they're cool, but they feel really out of place in this movie.
Yeah.
It's
between the oil tanker, which was just like overwhelming, but like kind of in a good way. But the planes were scary. Yeah. That was scary. And
honestly, I think the one like big miss for me in this movie was the Tesla part. Did that feel weird to you?
Yes and no. Like I get the concept.
No,
like,
I think the idea. Yeah, they were hacking Teslas on dealerships or something and sending them to block up the highways. As an idea that's interesting and kind of scary, like how all of our technology can be used against us.
Yes.
But it was, I don't know, it was something about the clear Tesla branding and like showing the sticker that says full self-driving, and then the random action scene where they're like driving against them. I don't know, that felt like almost like an ad.
Like a Tesla
It was
ad.
weird. Yeah, it just felt weird.
Who in their right mind after watching even this movie would still get a Tesla? You're a psychopath.
Maybe it's like an anti-ad that they were explicitly like taking a dig at Tesla.
I mean, that could be too.
I don't know if that's like
considered
considered slander.
I don't know enough of the Tesla universe of everything, so
I don't know. That scene just felt kind of weird, it felt weird in a way I can't like put
like
into words.
An ad way?
It's just like uncomfortable.
Like an ad?
Like I don't know, because like I said, it might be commentary against them, but just felt like there was something. I don't know. We don't need to like
no.
Because
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because when they're the Starbucks cup, I thought that was a little weird too. It's like, okay, I get it.
True.
Like it was like perfectly in front of the camera.
And they do specifically say Starbucks. I think that's the kind of stuff that we just can't escape from, though. No, especially on Netflix, maybe.
I don't think more so. It could be either. Unfortunately, it could be a ad placement or it could be a statement.
I know,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I don't know. That was the only scene that stood out like that, though. Like everything else felt more fitting. And what else? I mean, all of it, the way that they even start mentioning at one point that it's just whoever it is trying to sow chaos, and that just further feeds into like, well, that could be fucking anyone. Like that could be somebody invading, because they also mention like, you know, Russia and like, oh, I heard it was the Chinese, and then he's basically like, well, there are a lot of people that hate us. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and then he said that person he talked to said that the most cost-effective way to destroy a country is to let it eat itself from the inside.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I forgot all about that part. So, yeah, it does make you think, is it literally an outside invader, or is it from the inside? Because that's the other scary thing, is we've been talking lately about just how angry everybody is right now and how divided.
And I love how they made a comment on that too. Because like the daughter was talking, or I don't remember everyone's character names. The daughter was talking to the mom, Karen lady. And she was just like, why are you so angry all the time? Like, what does that do for you? And it's like, it's such a good piece
like bonded over that.
Yeah, it's true though. It's like, why are so many people so angry? Yeah. Like, I know there are reasons, but it's like, we need to be nicer to each other.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe that is commentary on, like, there was outside influence maybe that started this downward spiral, and maybe this is the plan to just make us destroy ourselves like this.
Yeah, in the movie.
In the movie. That's, yeah, maybe we could stop there, because it does feel like you can go down a rabbit hole with this, and that's part of why it's just so fucking scary.
Yeah.
Because it feels like, what are we on this path? Like, what is it saying about that?
I don't want to think about it right now.
Yeah. Last thing I guess that I really wanted to point out that I can remember, though, I also really liked, there's like a sound attack that hits them.
Oh, that was so cool and so scary.
Yeah, but that part of what like worked for me from that was that as the movie's going on, there's these moments where you start getting kind of relaxed and comfortable, because they're like all these character moments.
Yeah, like that dancing scene. It was like, whoo, I get to breathe.
And there's just like not a lot happening, because there's nothing directly happening around them. And that's when they hit you with that noise where it just makes you feel like, no, you are unsafe all the time. Like, don't forget.
Yeah.
You are unsafe. And those parts are so just full of anxiety.
Yeah,
of just
it's
like,
very effective.
Oh man, because it's like you're just drowning in this sound no matter where you are. It's like there's nothing you could do about that. Like, it just feels very oppressive. So that was cool. The movie has a lot of cool ideas, I think, overall. And do you think they use that safe house at the end to escape everything?
She definitely does. Yeah. She's watching all those episodes of Friends again.
Oh man, yeah, it's just funny that's like her ultimate end after being ignored for the whole movie. She finds the safe house.
Yeah,
and
it's
gets
like
to
a
watch
big
Friends.
reward.
Yes, she's the only one who makes it through. Only survivor. But yeah, was there anything else you wanted to talk about with this one?
It was hard to watch anxiety-wise, but film-wise, like, the composition was so beautiful. You could tell that somebody like took their time storyboarding everything, because like it was beautiful, and all the actors were phenomenal, and it was just
kind of great cast.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about this going into it, really, so that surprised me.
Yeah, all I knew was about Michelle and Barack Obama.
Yeah. Deep state. All right, so I guess that's it.
Beep that out.
That's it for this one.
Yeah.
So I guess as usual, you can go to ghostbeast.com. That's got all our links. You can search for Ghost Beast Pod on most social platforms. Follow Ghost Beast on Letterboxd. We're going to have our rating for this and put it in our giant list of the best horror movies. That's it.